Alright, guys, welcome to Let's Talk Sports. This is episode
You don't even remember. You don't even. What?
8.
10, 8, no. We're on episode 13.
13, okay. The lucky number.
I know, right?
Got a lot of interesting news.
Wow. No name intro?
Huh?
No name intro?
Nah, we don't need it. They know us by now.
Ah.
Anyway.
I'm Cole.
I'm Joe.
He's Joe.
You're Cole.
We're going to do that one time and mix it up.
Okay.
I know. Let's do it. All right. You want to hop into the games from last week?
Alright, I'll let you cover that. I'll cover the news.
All right, that's fine.
And all that.
All right. Based on our picks, Texans Ravens. It looks like another blowout. You know, Joe picked the Browns to beat the Texans. That didn't happen. And he picked the Texans to beat the Ravens. That didn't happen. I picked the Ravens. We both picked the 49ers. Do you want to go in detail on this game? Because Green Bay almost won.
They did. They almost won, dude. Green Bay, and I hate to say it, I really do. You know, with them being the youngest team in the NFL, you know, by roster, dude, they're good. I mean, what Jordan Love has with Keed, with you know, Watson when he gets healthy. Who's that other dude? Dobbs.
Yeah, Dobbs. You talking?
You know,
Did you say Reed?
They got so much talent, dude.
With Dobbs, Reed, and then obviously Aaron Jones.
No, it's
Keed. I think it's Reed.
Is it Reed or is it
I think it's Reed.
Rashawn Keed, right?
I think it's Reed. I'm about to look right now and make you look
Is
so
it Reed?
dumb in front of everybody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Reed.
I think it's Jaden Reed is his name.
It's all the same shit.
Nah, I don't.
They're Packer, no, I
I'm
can't
always the one
remember.
that knows it. Yep. Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, Bo Melton. He had one target. Luke Musgrave. Oh yeah, because who was it that was out? Watson played. Who was it that?
But he was out for a while.
He
was out for like,
only
I
had
think,
2
4
targets. The main thing is Aaron Jones went off, which that's the reason why the Ravens beat the 49ers so bad earlier in the season is the 49ers really can't stop the run.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe we'll get to the games next week. Or I guess this coming week because it's Thursday, January 25th.
Yes.
So we both picked 49ers. We both almost lost it, but you did say, it's quoted and it's on recording, that if Green Bay would have won, you would have had to pick them to win all the way. Especially because the other NFC team in the championship is the Lions. The Lions Buccaneers. That was a really good game, but we both said that, you know, Baker Mayfield was going to give them a run for their money. But you did pick the Bucs. I picked the Lions. So I'm 3 for 3, and you're 1 for 3. You at least got the last one on me. You got the last one on me. Because you knew the rest were just going to help out. Now, it was actually really the wind. And Josh Allen did not play good at all
Yeah, he did
in
look
that drive.
good.
That last drive, he had wide open guys in the drag to get the first. He underthrew Shakir, who was open on the post in the middle of the end zone. And I know people were like, well, the left tackle was getting his butt whipped, blah, blah, blah. But Josh Allen's known for making those kind of throws because Patrick Mahomes is also, where they just got pressure on their face and it's still on target deep downfield. The main thing for the Chiefs, and as much as I hate to say it, I mean, you don't like to say it either, but you already said your segue for the Packers. We have to give Mahomes his props. He has no superstar receiver this year. Like, people say one thing about Kelsey and the other, but Kelsey really didn't pop off this season like he normally has, like, overall, really. Like, his yardage, I don't even think he has 1,000. And then Rashee Rice is basically their leading receiver. And that was only because of the last, 6-7 games of the season. So, I mean, they're doing that with just really good defense and then the most balanced offense that they've had in all their runs. Because Pacheco, I'm curious to see Pacheco and your boy that y'all traded to the Ravens.
Roquan.
Yeah, Roquan. I want to see the two of them go one-on-one.
Roquan win.
I don't know. Pacheco does not stop running.
Yeah.
And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire actually looked healthy for the first time in a while, and he actually ran like mad. Um, and then the Bills, I mean, even though James Cook had yards all season long, you know that James Cook, even though his rookie year had 1,000 yards for them, was, I think, fifth in rushing this season. He had
Yeah.
2 touchdowns all season long. Rushing touchdowns. Let me not say passing. He did have some passing touchdowns. He had more passing touchdowns, I think, than he had rushing. But he had 2 rushing touchdowns all season
He
long.
still had more than Jamal Williams. Last year.
Poor Falcons, but we can talk about the Falcons and the Chargers here in a second. So you went 2 for 4. I went 3 for 4, but you had Texans Chiefs, and you had the Texans beating the Chiefs, but now it's Chiefs Ravens. So we'll get to the predictions in a second. I had Bills Ravens, so both of us got AFC wrong. I had the Ravens, you had the Chiefs, and then I had the Bills, and you had the Texans. Lions 49ers, I had it dead on. You had the Bucks going against the 49ers. And honestly, if the Bucks would have gotten that far, I mean, you don't want them to get another one, even though it's not with Tom Brady anymore because he's retired. But, I just kind of want one for Baker Mayfield. But the main storyline that I think most of America wants is they either want Lamar Jackson to get his first or the Lions to ever get their first.
They want Lamar to prevent the Swifties.
Well, that too, but I'm just saying, like, a Ravens-Lions. And here's the other thing, too. Remember the Super Bowl logo, right? Ravens 49ers, everyone knows. And then they changed it. Remember, what did you say it was? Blue and red. People thought it was Cowboys Chiefs, but look what it might be. Lions Chiefs. So it's weird how both of those logos still match. I know we don't want to have to see Taylor Swift for 80% of the Super Bowl. I mean,
she's gonna have her main stage.
You think she still goes to the game even if they're not there?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So Lamar Jackson has one job.
Yeah.
My bold prediction was Lions and Bills. Obviously, Bills are not in it now, so I'm good with my predictions. Ravens, Lions. I got to stick with the Lions, and then the Lions still winning the Super Bowl. What about you? What's your Super Bowl?
I might as well just go back to one of the originals.
What was your original? The 49er Ravens? The 1 seed? Yeah, I got to go.
I was wanting to switch it up a little bit, but it didn't work out. I mean, some teams they kind of let you look like you're gonna do something, and then they just put their weight on you.
Yep. So you got Ravens, Niners. No, who you have winning the Super Bowl?
Ravens.
So before you had 49ers, but that's because they were playing the Texans. Now you're gonna have the Ravens winning. You're going safe. You went bold with the Browns, bold with the Texans. You're done with bold. You're going with the best team in the NFL. I'm still sticking with the Lions. I'm going to fight all the way through. If they lose this game, then I'll have to decide between Ravens and 49ers, whatever. Or, God forbid, Chiefs 49ers. I'll throw up. That'd be the Alex Smith, Joe Montana Bowl. All right, you want to go ahead and start the news?
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the most important news that everybody's, very fond about, and everybody kind of already knew. Raheem Morris came back to Atlanta.
You want to?
So they did pass up Bill Belichick.
Yep. You want to brighten the history about Raheem Morris and his past of why you use the words coming back?
Yeah, so he was an intern coach for Atlanta. It really did work out. I think his best season was as an intern coach was 4-7. Was his record. So, I don't know how I feel about that. He's definitely from what I've read, more of a offensive-minded coach. Their defense isn't bad, but
They remind me of the Bears.
yeah. But and then really the big news is the Chargers, which I'm pretty sure everybody anticipated.
I would say that's what we expected from the get-go, was that's where he's going, and that.
They said that was the only team that really was gonna Hey yo,
Now, I mean, yeah, and he interviewed with Atlanta twice, and I
he did.
think
He interviewed with a few coaches. He interviewed with
he would have
Florida,
interviewed to you guys, but you guys kept their head coach.
Eberflus,
Yeah,
Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus. Um, the main thing about the Harbaugh news is now Michigan, even though most of their team was older, their team from their recruiting classes and stuff, they're going to probably have a lot of transfer portal stuff. Now, the rumor is that the offensive coordinator is supposed to be promoted, but even if it's a promotion from within, because you lost the head coach, those kids have a 30-day window. Um, so Michigan might end up getting cleaned house anyways too, because Harbaugh did what he was wanting to do at Michigan, and now he's back in the NFL. Which everyone kind of saw it coming, even if he wasn't giving them a championship. But after COVID hit, he was having all that stuff, and then also uh, talking about. I think that's why the promoting of the OC is probably happening, is because apparently there's already a 4-game suspension for the OC. For it's either recruiting. Let me look it up again. Not just sign stealing. I want the new stuff. Football suspension. Can NCAA punish Jim Harbaugh in NFLC? So now he's going to the NFL. And I'm getting a giant ad in front of my face, of course. Let's see here. The two NCAA investigations. The first is the alleged recruiting violations during the COVID dead period, which would add up into the fact that they had success since then. So that's what people are talking about. And the second is the sign stealing. So they kind of settled the second one, sort of, because Harbaugh purposely, when I say purposely, he sat out multiple games. So that's why that team did not really need him. He was just there to kind of guide. They were already a player led team. Um, he had, what, 6-game suspension? Yep. The first suspension was for the recruiting violations, but they were self imposed. So the first one was recruiting violations during COVID, and Michigan, the university itself, self-imposed a first 3 games that he missed, and then he missed the three other games later down the season by the actual Big Ten commissioner for the sign stealing. But apparently, it's getting worse. Let me look here. Cheeseburger investigation is code name for the COVID recruiting violations, because that was when he had a cheeseburger in his pocket, apparently. Don't get me started on that. I heard a story about that. They were literally a recruiting store where he had like hot dogs and hamburgers in his pocket. Level 2, level 1 violations. Oh, it's a good example. So when Jim Tressel was at Ohio State and he didn't join the Colts until week 7, so technically they would say that there'd be an interim coach for the Chargers until he's there, is apparently what they're saying. And then there's Pete Carroll, but he just was allowed to leave and go straight to Seattle. But I saw somewhere that the offensive coordinator, potentially, if he's getting the promotion to the head coaching spot, that he is getting a 4-game suspension. I saw it somewhere. I can't see it right now, but and then there's who else? Oh, Florida State. I don't know if we brought this up before. It's ironic. Florida State is getting a suspension for illegal recruiting through the transfer portal and through high school recruits. So that's very like violation 2 and violation 1 degrees.
Yeah.
For it. So
watch, they're gonna start cracking it really bad. You're gonna start seeing a lot of these like top SEC schools in these top like
the Big 12 or Big 10, the 2 main power conferences now, because there's really there's no Power 5. There's just the Big 2.
I would not surprise if like UGA don't come up in the next year or 2.
What about illegal recruiting and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
really
the
good.
main thing that people don't understand
It's
is
too
there were
fucking
already
fun.
stuff going on beforehand, and it was truly illegal. And then the NIL made it where it was very hard to buff the situation.
But yeah, you can find loopholes around the shit now.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is NIL is being used as bait to coerce a kid to come to their school versus the kid wants to come to your school, then they get the NIL. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because now the
Like
high
I
school
would
kids are
offer
getting it,
you
they're already
2 million
preemptively getting it.
when such and such offered you 1 million.
Correct. Which is also why the transfer portal is a problem too, because you just have kids leave, and next thing you know, they're riding in Lamborghinis and other stuff at the new campus at the very next day that they so happen to join. Um, but you and I, we talked about that way back at episode 1 and 2, and you look where it's leading.
Yeah,
So,
it's been bad.
but I think that's another reason why, like myself, because normally you're the NFL guy, I'm the college football guy, and then I know a lot of the high school stuff. But now it's getting so worked into. That's why Saban is labeled now as a advisor for the university, and I'm assuming he's going to help in the whole NIL work. So he's almost being like a manager, even though there's a recruiting manager that DeBoer brought over from Washington too. Picking your nose right on the stream. Love it.
Yeah, had an itch.
Had an itch.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah,
And
they sure
so,
do.
like, that is going to become a regular probably with a lot of teams. And it's making it where college football is very, like, it's worse than the NFL. NFL, they at least have contracts. And that's where college football is going to have to go to. Like, if you have NIL or this set amount, like, I listened to Josh Pate's podcast, and the thing that he said that's honestly, I wouldn't say perfect scenario, but a very well said way to put it, because there's no way to balance everything, is you balance it by the funds of the conference you are playing in. So if you're SEC, all those SEC kids get a certain amount. All the Big Ten kids get this certain amount. Okay, you play at Georgia Southern or App State in the Sun Belt, you don't get as much as those conferences, but you get a certain amount. And then that certain amount, you have to tie yourself to an NIL if you're going to have an NIL deal, because that's where it's backfiring on NIL. All right, you're going to get this much money, and then they go to the school. They might even, like, think about Arch Manning. Don't even play a snap. And even though Arch Manning's staying, and Quinn Ewers is apparently staying, and we'll see by June, but they say one of them leave, or like specifically Manning. If he leaves, his NIL in his case he'll be okay. But other kids, they're either losing the NIL opportunity, have to get a new one, or they're screwing the NIL opportunity they had, and then now they go to a new school and now they don't have one. So it's both ways. So the NIL can get messed up, or the kids can, versus having a structured system with the conference, and then they get paid, and it's almost like a contract. And if you leave, then you lose that NIL, and you have to go pick up a new one. Does that make sense? A little bit. That's how he explained it. The main thing is that it's by conference, so that way it's not varied across. And then people are going to go, well, then SEC and Big Ten are going to get most of the kids. They already do anyway, so what's the difference? We should watch these games together. Yeah, or at least, I don't know. I think I got church that night, though. So, I mean, we could watch part of the Chiefs and Ravens games until the refs get involved.
Always lose too.
Your mic's been going in and out, so I wonder how quiet you're going to sound on here. Like, it's like quiet. And then it'll go, like, at normal volume.
You need to be closer.
Yep. All right, now it's trivia time.
Hey, you ever see that video I sent you about Jared or J-Rod Mayo or Jared?
About the icy color, because if you don't see color, then you're racist. And then did you see the Todd Bowles interview?
Yeah.
He said, I don't see color because they're all just football players, and I'm going to treat them like football players.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Like, that dude, he openly said that. Dude, you can't say shit like that, man. Especially on a fucking, like, when we're head of the show.
Well, and then also the fan base that the Patriots normally have. It's just, I mean, it's two sides to a coin. Like the first part of his statement's fine. I see color because you should see the difference in people. You shouldn't make it to judge or oppress somebody, but you can't say that if you don't see color you're racist because you can say, "Well, I see color, but I don't judge somebody by their color. I judge it by their personality. Are they a hard worker? That kind of thing." Oh, sneezing on stream now too. Hey man, you giving everyone sickness. Oh, my nose is starting to run now. Guys, if I get sick, blame Joe because he's sneezing like I literally felt that through the monitor. It was disgusting. All right, you ready for your? That's gonna be the thumbnail, just zoomed in on your face. I hope it freeze frames there. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot myself. Huh. All right, you ready for this? The end of the 4-team is not an NFL one, by the way. This is a college football one. I just want to see because it's very broad. You should be able to get this. It's a two-parter.
Oh god.
You're good. The 4-team college football playoff. You better not be looking this up, you cheater. You just better stop. No, I'm not even done with my question. The 4-team college football playoff is officially over after this season. Can you tell me how many teams were from different schools were in the playoffs in that period of time, and then tell me all the teams?
You said who?
Tell me how many teams have been in the 4-team college football playoff in its era.
It's very broad. That'd be math.
I mean, you just got to think of how many schools have been in it, and then you can list the schools.
Oh, it's the same schools.
If they're the same schools, it'd only be 4.
Yeah, it's always the same schools. You got Bama.
So you're going to list them all instead of just saying a number to give you some help?
I don't know. I don't even know when the 4 playoff started.
It started in 2014.
2014?
Yep.
Bama.
Yep. Bama has the most at 8 appearances.
Bama.
I'd say Bama 8 times. Bama's been there 8 times.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has been there twice.
Should have been Florida State.
Florida State has been there once, 2014.
They should have been there twice.
Nope.
Michigan.
Michigan has been there 3 times, 3 years in a row.
Ohio State.
Ohio State has been there 5 times.
Washington.
Washington has been there 2 times.
Georgia.
Georgia has been there 3 times. That's 6, I think. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, you have Florida State, so 7. You have 7.
How many more teams is there?
There's 8 more teams. There are 15 teams that were in the college football playoff 4-team era. I won't ask this question once we go to 12. There's no way you keep up.
We'll take a gamble. We'll throw in USC.
USC has never been to the 14 playoff.
They were more dominant in the whole 4.
Correct. Early 2000s. Yeah, early 2000s. Think about this year and last year.
Huh?
Think about this year and last year.
Yeah, so I can go in Texas.
Texas has been once.
Okay. I'm trying to think who was in the playoffs last year.
Another school that was in Texas.
A&M?
No.
Oh, TCU.
TCU. Okay, so now you got 9. So you're missing 6. Let me see which 6 they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wow. All right. 4 of these 6 teams have only been once. Out of those 4 teams that have only been once, one of them won it all the way. Then you got a team on here that's been there 4 times, and then the team that's in second place has been there 6 times.
That's not Georgia or Alabama?
Alabama's been 8 times. Georgia's been 3 times. This team has been 6 times, and they've won 2.
Yeah, Clemson?
Clemson, there you go. That's 10. They've been there 6 times with 2 national championships.
Did Louisville ever sneak in there?
Nope, Louisville did not sneak in there. That's a little pool you got there.
Um, let's do. See, the internet has.
No.
There's no way that's right.
Why are you cheating? Stop cheating.
I'm not cheating.
You're a
I'm
liar.
using my resources.
Oh, man. All right, you got 5 more.
How many are from the SEC?
That's left.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, wow. Big Ten.
Big Ten. 1. 1.
Pac-12.
Pac-12. 1.
Is one of those Pac-12 leaving and entering the SEC? Besides Texas.
It's Big 12, not Pac-12. But
Big 12.
all right. So did you mean Pac-12 or Big 12 when you asked that
I
question?
don't know. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma has been there 4 times and has never gotten past the semifinal game. All right, so you're missing 4 more, I think, and it's all the ones that have only been once. An SEC school, a Big Ten school, a Pac-12 school, and a school that's not in a Power 5. Or they are now, but they weren't at the time.
Well, Florida.
Not Florida.
Tennessee.
Not Tennessee. Come on, man. One of the most historic offenses ever.
Yeah, I forgot about them. LSU.
Yep. 2019 LSU, even though 2020 Bama would have beat them. So that's 12.
I don't know about that.
I promise.
The secondary wasn't that good.
The 2020 year, our defense was better because we almost beat them in 2019. All right, you got 3 more. You got a school.
Tennessee's never made it to the top 4.
Who?
Tennessee.
In the regular season ranks, they've been in the top 4, and then they would lose to either Bama or Georgia or some other team. But they've never been in the final top 4. No. All right, you've got 3 more. Think about a team this year that everyone was really high on, and they just didn't live up to expectations. Don't say Colorado. This team had losses. What? Your mic went out. Talk a little longer, see if it comes back in. I know what you're saying, but say it so that way they can hear on the mic. Now you're just mouthing. Like, say a full sentence about what you think about Oregon, so that way I can hear it. But yes, Oregon is correct.
That Washington.
There we go. You're back.
That was worth anything.
All right, now you're back. All right, you got 2 more. Both of these teams got in the playoff and lost to Bama.
Pretty much every SEC team.
No. SEC, no. And this is in the semifinals, not national championship.
Let's do.
I think both of these were when Bama was ranked 1 and they were ranked 4th.
Damn, yeah.
If I say an NFL player's name, you'll probably remember the school.
Maybe.
Kenneth Walker.
I don't know what school he went to.
That's going to be a trivia I'm going to do on you. I'm going to name NFL players and you got to tell me what college they went to.
I know what team he plays for. I just don't know what team.
What teams he play for right now?
Seattle.
Yeah, that's correct. But what college did you go to?
I don't know.
What team won the national championship this year?
Michigan.
All right, think of Michigan's second biggest rival.
Michigan State.
There you go. Michigan State made it to the playoffs 1 year.
What?
That was the Derrick Henry year. That's the video where that's the one. That's the video where Derrick Henry stiff arms a 290-pound defensive lineman.
That makes me want to say like teams like Marshall.
It was 2015. No, not Marshall. But it was at the time not a Power 5 school. It is Power 5 now. They're in the Big 12.
James Madison.
No. And when I say Jason and Travis Kelce, what college do they go to?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Remember Sauce Gardner and that defense? They played Bama. So that's the 15 teams that have been in the 14 playoff. That will be no more.
Oh. Alright, I got one trivia with you before we end it.
Here we go. I got 8 minutes to figure it out.
How many offensive linemen are in a normal formation?
What do you mean by normal formation? I feel like you're throwing a trick question. The obvious answer is 5.
Okay, you get it right. That wasn't a question.
What?
I want you to name me.
That wasn't even the question. It just said 6 because a sniffer is basically an offensive lineman.
Let's see. I actually didn't prepare for this.
Of course you didn't.
See if I can find some.
Of course not. You better hurry before I find trivia on you.
Nope. How much time we got? Like 8?
Yeah, we got 7 minutes, but I got another trivia for you.
Nope.
It's really easy. I'll do it if I answer your trivia fast enough. How about that? Oh, you're purposely taking forever. Everybody that doesn't comment in the description needs to let Joe know he needs to come more prepared with his trivia. See, I didn't even need it.
I can't do that to you.
Can't do what?
I was gonna get you an NBA question.
I mean, I might know.
Nah, you won't know this one.
Bama got a lot more commits coming in too. I said Bama got a lot more commits coming in through the transfer portal now too. Oh, here comes the youngest child.
You ready? So I'm going to give you.
All right, you have 5 minutes. Let's go.
I want you to list me as best as you can on your knowledge.
If you do hockey, I'm walking out. Okay, basketball I might be able to do. Huh?
The top 5 all-purpose yards this year.
This
college football.
College football all-purpose yards, top 5.
All-purpose.
So this is receivers or running backs.
Both.
Okay.
All-purpose.
All right, Roma Duze with Washington.
No.
He's not in the top 5.
Mm-mm.
Oh God, I gotta.
I'm curious where he is though.
I can't remember their names. Is it okay if I look up a name of somebody if I can't remember their name? Or if
I'll give you a hint.
Or if I'll tell you what school and what position?
Rome Aduze is 27th.
Good God. Oklahoma State's running back. I forgot his name.
Can you give me what his name starts with?
B or a G.
Alright, so his last name is Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, that's it. Ollie Gordon, that's it.
He is 3rd.
Alright, okay, 3rd. Right, that's a good one. Ole Miss running back Quinshaw Judkins.
Nope.
Okay. Let me think. Oregon's receiver. I don't know. So these are all probably running backs.
You got 4 running backs, including the Ollie Gordon.
Okay.
And then you have 1 receiver.
Oh, the receiver is crap. What's his name? LSU. Hold on.
Nope.
It's not Malik Neighbors?
Malik Neighbors is.
I'm gonna get this receiver out fast.
Malik Neighbors is 25th.
God, this is a good question. Texas receiver? Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell.
Nope.
It's going to be a smaller school that had some receiver pop off, isn't it?
Well, so your receiver.
Yeah.
I actually gotta see what division you got. I want to say you only got one SEC player in here.
What SEC player? And it's not Malik Neighbors?
He's 25th.
Who popped off like that? It's not Brock Bowers. You said this year. So it's a running back. What's the Georgia's running back's name? It's Georgia's running back. No? And it's not Quinshaw Jenkins.
You only got one SEC. It's not them.
It's not a Bama guy.
Nope.
And I was saying, I knew that for a fact. Our offense is too inconsistent. I'm trying to think of the teams. Tennessee's running back.
Nope.
Is the SEC guy the receiver? No, it wouldn't be. It'd be a running back.
He is a running back.
Why did I think of his name? Walk on, and then he transferred, and he was in Missouri. Shoot. What's his name? God, that's exactly who it is. I don't know why I didn't think of his name. That's one of my favorite players, too, of this past season. Oh, we only have 1:50 left. What is his name? It starts with a C. There's Brady Cook was a quarterback.
So it starts with a C. Cody.
Schrader. Cody Schrader. Cody Schrader. All right, as soon as you said Cody, I got it. Cody Schrader.
He is 5th.
Fifth?
3 and 4, so you're missing 1,
2, and 4. Where's the receiver at on the list?
The receiver is 4th.
Dude, what conference is he in?
That's what I was looking up.
What? Do you know what conference 1 and 2 are in?
No.
Is one Michigan's running back? Is it Donovan Edwards or Blake Corum? It's not Donovan Edwards or Blake Corum? Travion Henderson, Ohio State?
Nope.
What? Is there like a
One of these teams have a colored field.
Boise State running back? I don't know his name.
Ashton
Jinky.
He is 2nd. You also have another blank state team. He's number 1. You also have another blank state team.
Washington State receiver?
No.
I'm trying to think of air raid. Mississippi State?
This team got destroyed.
Mississippi State receiver.
In a qualifying game before the playoffs this year. By a future...
Florida State, Keon Coleman.
Who?
Is it Keon Coleman, Florida State?
No. This was to knock a team out of the playoffs if they would have won, but they got destroyed by a future SEC team.
Texas?
Oh, you already got this one. I was saying Oklahoma State.
Yeah, what? Well, guys, he had to do it to me, didn't he? Well, I guess we'll find out the answer to the trivia on the next episode. This is the first time we don't end with Joe. So, Joe clearly has signed off as our meeting has signed off, and I'm Cole, and we'll catch you guys later.